here's how to get started with a spinning plate. First, you hold the stick with the pointy end away from your hand. It seems pretty self-explanatory to me, but a bunch of people try to grab it sharp end first. I don't know why. Firm grip, relaxed wrist, index finger pointing up the stick. You're going to draw a small circle with the tip of the stick in the air while keeping the stick straight. You hang the plate on the stick, you draw that small circle. You're halfway there already. You put a little bit more speed or momentum into the spin, and then you stop drawing the circle. And because of how the plate is designed, it has a little concave and divot here. If you have enough spin on it, when you stop this motion, the plate will jump right to the middle. Science and physics takes over. I should mention as well, it is not you holding the stick still, spinning the plate around it. It is you drawing a circle around the bottom of the plate with the stick. It's hard to describe the difference, but once you feel it, you will understand it. So, for some reason, everyone wants to lean the stick away from them when they learn this. I think it's because they're afraid of the plate hitting them in the head. But if the stick is not straight up and down, when you're drawing that small circle, you're putting a bounce into it. And you will drop it. Ironically, the plate will hit you more if you are leaning the stick away from you than if you're holding it straight up in the air. Even if the plate does jump off when it's straight up in the air, it tends to land behind you. So, don't lean it away from you unless you want hit. They do sting. Alright, so, I usually hold it in my dominant hand. I'll say I've met some people who they do better in their non-dominant hand for some reason. Not sure why. Also, dominant direction of spin is a thing. And in the 1,000 or so people I've taught to do this, it does not seem to be a result of being right or left-handed. Some people will be more comfortable spinning it clockwise. Some people will be more comfortable spinning it counterclockwise. I'm not quite sure what that is or what causes that. I've gotten to the point after, about a decade of doing this where I can spin it both clockwise and counterclockwise, and I can start it both right and left-handed. But it took me a while to get there, and unless you're doing a show or an act or something to the extent that I do it, there's not really a need for you to do this. You will drop it a lot. Just get used to that. Attack it a little bit at a time. Do 5 or 10 minutes a day. And what'll happen is you'll fumble through it, you'll finally get it. And then after you get it, you might not be able to get it again for another day or at least a few hours. Just accept that it's a journey, not a destination. You will very quickly build the muscle memory to be able to do this. So, a couple little tricks you can do with it. Once you get it spinning real good, keep your eyes on the point where the stick touches the plate and move your hand around underneath it to balance it. You don't look at your hand at all. I'm looking at the point where the stick touches the plate. Also, as long as the back of your fingernail touches the plate where the stick is, you're relatively frictionless and you can spin a plate on your finger. I ran out of momentum there. See if I can get that going again. So again, fingernail in the middle. I think I just don't have enough fingernail to do it. But that is something you can do, and then while you're spinning that, you can do something with the stick, do something with your other hand, whirl the stick around, make it look like you can do, you always make it look like you could do more than what you're showing. That's part of being a good performer. There's some other moves you can do. You can toss and catch. If you notice, I dropped out of frame a little bit. It's like catching an egg. You just aim for that little dent in the middle and you absorb all the shock with it because they want to bounce off. It's not that hard to do. We often toss one plate back and forth between multiple people. You can do pass it underneath the leg, behind the back. You can do multiple plates at once. One thing you can do, I might not be able to replicate today. I'll explain why if it happens that I can't, but you get it spinning on a finger or on a short stick. You do it. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to. Okay, so you do it under your arm and up and around, and then you pass it off and do the same on this side. It's called a Russian curl. I've got a sore shoulder, so stay tuned for a future video while I teach that one, because I do not have that range of motion today. You also have the ability, if you have a shorter stick or a double-ended stick, you can flip it back and forth. And of course, the ultimate trick that you'll all be able to do right from the beginning is proving gravity exists.